What is up, you guys? We are back here with another video, and for today's video we have a brand new 212 Predator engine. This is a non-Hemi version, and as you can see from the title, we are going to be building the best possible motor on the budget. So imagine you only have $100 to spend on a brand new Predator engine. What modifications would you buy and from where? I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have here. I'm gonna put the links on the description down below just in case you guys are interested. And there were some things that I had a little bit of a deal going on, but hopefully they still have it while you're trying to buy it. But this setup right here will save you tons of money, and it will surprisingly outperform a Ghost Predator engine right out the box. The Ghost, I believe, is about $300 when you could buy this for about $160, spend $90 and be way faster than the Ghost. Let me go ahead and show you all the parts, the price breakdown, and if you're interested, I'll put the links on the description below. So I just want to add one more thing before I get to the parts. Before I get to it, this setup right here that I'm about to show you, I have built it in the past, and I have been able to do 70 miles an hour with this setup. Like, obviously it all depends on the gearing, but this motor can pull the gearing up to 70 miles an hour. Okay, so now for the parts, what you will need for this engine build: cast aluminum flywheel. So this is one thing you're definitely going to need, because we're going to be removing the governor on this motor. So for safety, this cast aluminum flywheel, you know, so it doesn't break the magnet on the stock one. So this is a little safer option. And this thing does come with 18 degrees of timing built in, so we are actually going to be advancing the timing, and I'm going to show you how to do that for free as well. Another thing which is also going to be free, this is just a head that I had on my previous video, which I ported, and this was done for free just with a Dremel tool. I could use the one that's on there, but since this one's already ported by me for free, we're just gonna swap it out to make this video a little quicker. But basically, the port job for free. Let me go ahead and show you. It's not professional, you know, it's not professional work, but it will be free performance gains. And since this video is on the budget, this build, it works out perfectly. Another thing, let me show you here on the phone, is going to be this setup here. So this at the time of purchase was $37.79. This came with the knockoff Makuni, is a 26 millimeter, and it came with an air filter, brand new, the manifold, brand new, all the hardware, and some jets with the gaskets and all that. So that is going to be super helpful. Oh, and also as well, I forgot one thing. It came with an exhaust. So this is probably going to be the cheapest setup you can buy all together. As you can see, $37. You get the exhaust, filter, manifold, hardware, and you get a carburetor. And I do have the total price of everything at the end, which I will tell you. And I got some 26-pound valve springs, which I got them off of Go Power Sports. You do have to pay the shipping, which is also included in the price at the end, I'll tell you. But I would recommend going with Go Power Sports springs, because if you try to go with some Amazon ones, I have seen reviews of them breaking and all that. So we still want this setup to be reliable. Although it's on the budget, it's going to be pretty solid. So 26-pound valve springs. You could also get 18 or 22 valve springs. I've seen those work out as well, but I just got 26 since we're going to be upgrading it later, but not in this video. And then lastly, we have the 10,000 head gasket for the non-Hemi. So just be careful whenever you're buying these parts, make sure it is for a non-Hemi. So yeah, guys, for $90.80 you can build this motor I'm going to build right now. And also, since there are about $10 of wiggle room that I have, because I did not spend the full 100, if you're feeling a little lazy, you know, to modify your little key, you could buy one off of Go Power Sports, and they sell advanced timing keys for like $7. So if you want, you could throw that extra $10 into there. But if you really want to just save as much money as possible, I'm gonna show you how to advance the timing with the stock key. And like I said, this will definitely beat out a Ghost Predator engine. And I know all of you are gonna say, where's the billet rod, since you're removing the governor? And yes, I do agree with you. I would definitely recommend throwing the billet rod, but just for the purpose of this video, we're just gonna be running the stock rod. Cross your fingers, hopefully it doesn't blow. You know, I've had done this before, and luckily, because the gearing was pretty tall, it didn't rev up too high and none of the motors have blown up. But yes, that is a risk that you're running. So if you are building this motor, just, you know, spend a little bit extra money, add that billet rod, and you'll be 100% safe. All right guys, so just for the sake of the video, you guys have seen tons of people take these things apart, leave them to the bare block. I'm not gonna record that. That's kind of the boring stuff. I would just skip to when I have everything already taken off. All right guys, so I took apart the motor. I still haven't opened it over here on the side cover, but I will do that right now. I just wanted to show you where I'm at. Took off the flywheel already, all the plastic parts, the gas tank, all that. So basically our first mod that we're going to be doing is removing this governor, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it. But something that I'm going to try to do to make it a little bit different is I'm going to remove, oh, and this little pin, I forgot you remove the pin in the bottom. But I'm going to try to just open up the case here, the side cover, and I'm gonna try to cut it from the bottom, the inside, because I kind of wanted to look like a sleeper for like another video in the future. But I kind of want to leave this arm hanging. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna try to do it, because I want people to, you know, kind of think it's still got a governor in there even though it doesn't. I'm gonna see if I can do that. So let me go ahead and show you how I remove the governor. Basically what I like to do is remove this plastic first of all. Let me go ahead and reach in there. It's gonna be a little, oh no, it's a little easy. So remove that little plastic thing, and I don't know if you can see deep inside there, there is like a little metal ring that's like clipping everything together, this plastic gear. So we're basically just gonna want to remove the middle ring, pop it out, and this whole plastic piece should come off. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so I just want to show you there at the bottom of the gear, this is the little ring that I'm talking about. So you want to remove this little ring. Once you remove that little ring, you can either hit it with a hammer and the flathead, or maybe with some pliers, but it's gonna be a little tough. Just take your time, and once that's out, you could just grab some pliers and pull that gear out. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, guys. So I went ahead and took off the governor arm. As you can see, it is missing. I have it right here, and when you do remove the governor arm, remember to take out this black washer, which is stuck in between all that grease. So what I want to do with this build, because normally you want to put like a bolt through it to cover it, just to block it off, but what I want to do, kind of want to make it a little sleeper. This is not part of the video, but I just want to have the governor arm. I'm gonna just cut this piece right here, so just leave like a stick, shove it up in there, put the governor back arm in there. So once it is all said and done, it looks like it is still governed, and maybe I can trick some people in some videos. But yeah, for now, that's what we're gonna do. All right guys, so this is how it looks. I just want to show you, this is for like another video in the future. I just want to see if I can trick some people into racing. But the governor is removed right there. As you can see, I cut the little curve off the arm, and I put the governor arm back on just so we can make it look believable. But like I said, this is not part of the video. I just wanted to do it for a future video. What you guys will do is just tap the hole and cover it, and then be done with it. All right guys, so I went ahead and took off the governor gear. The governor arm is actually here cut out, but I also took off the gear that is on the crankshaft just for less rotational mass. I just did it off camera. I already put the side cover back on. So now we are going to move on to the next step, which is over here to the flywheel side. All the motors come with a little key for the flywheel so it can sit. Basically, since this is a budget build, we want to advance the timing. Since the cast aluminum only comes with 18 degrees of timing, we are going to shave the stock one down, and we are going to make it thin about halfway here. I do have the exact measurements. We're going to advance it about 6 to 7 degrees of timing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here with a little Dremel tool, and I'll show you after. All right guys, so I actually found a stock key that I had extra. So let me show you the comparison from the stock and the modified one. So if you see the stock one, it is 4.04 millimeters thick. So that's the stock one. And the one that I just shaved down, it is 2.04. I don't know if you can see right there, 2.04. So I know that 8 degrees timing is 1.90 millimeters. So this is probably about 6 to 7 degrees of timing that we're adding, as you can see right there. So this right here for free, advanced timing. Let's go ahead and install it. So we're gonna go ahead and start lapping the the cast aluminum flywheel. We're gonna put a little bit of valve grinding compound on here. Right there. It's kind of a lot, but it's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it on here, and we're just gonna start lapping the flywheel because we want it to sit perfectly in there. Okay, so now that we finished lapping the flywheel, we went ahead and cleaned off all the valve grinding compound, because you don't want to leave it on there and then start eating away on your flywheel. So we're gonna go ahead and install our modified key. Let's see, there you go, and there you go. So as you can see, it is sticking out just a little bit only on the right side. On the left side it's underneath. So let me go ahead and show you. Once you try to throw it on here, there you go. As you can see, when it had the stock key, you wouldn't be able to twist this without the motor turning over, but now you have some wiggle room to advance the timing. So back then it was here. Now we could adjust it just a tiny bit, which is about 6 or 7 degrees of timing that we are adding to this motor. So I went ahead and torqued down the flywheel. As you can see, it's on there. We are now going to gap the coil here to 0.03 or 0.030, and I found that is a pretty good spot. It's a sweet spot. You don't get that little pullback when you go to start it, and it runs pretty good with these flywheels. So let's go ahead and do that. So right now we are basically moving all the components from this head, which was on that motor, to the one that is already ported. But remember, these are both stock non-Hemi heads. This one is just the one that I ported for free at home. And we have the stock valve springs, which you can see I can squeeze them pretty easily. And these are the 26-pound valve springs, and look, these you cannot really compress them. So yeah, you can run these with the stock push rods and all that. I know it's like on their website it says it's not recommended, but I've done it and it's pretty good. Haven't had anything happen like break or anything. But let's go ahead and move everything from this head to this head, and then we will slap it on. One thing I forgot to mention that I just did, I went ahead and lapped the valve seats with these valves. I know they're both stock heads and all that, but just to make sure we create perfect seal, I went ahead and lapped the valves that I moved from here to here. So I just want to point that out, so if you guys are trying to do this. All right guys, so I went ahead and put the springs on there with the retainers and all that. So the way, if you're wondering, the way I did it, just with a socket, push it down, and everything fell in place. So I went ahead and put the 10,000 head gasket, the high compression head gasket, on here, and we are ready to mount the ported head. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and put the head on there, already torqued down the bolts. So they are supposed to be anywhere from 17 to 20 foot-pounds of torque. I just put it right in the middle, so it is now ready to go. I already put the push rods in there. We're going to go ahead and put the little rockers and set the little gap. And I set the valve lash at 0.003. So I set that for both of them, and they look pretty solid. When you turn over the motor, everything looks good. Right here on this head, I already removed the intake rods that you can put the stock carburetor. You want to remove them because with the upgraded carb, you're not going to be able to run those. And let me just show you. This is the one that came on the motor. So to remove the rods, you basically just grab the nuts from the motor, put one right here like this, put the other one like that, tighten them together, and once you tighten them, just loosen this one up, and everything else should pull out. It should pull out the whole rod. So that's how you remove the rod. But since we're not going to use this head, we're going to put it off to the side. But once you remove the two rods, you'll be left with this, and now we can install the carburetor. So let me go ahead and show you. All right guys, so I went ahead and put the manifold. As you can see, it is perfectly clean in there, perfect. And for the carburetor, let me go ahead and show you, because I know a lot of you are wondering what the jets are for this carburetor and the setup. So let me tell you, with this setup here, this is absolutely perfect. There is no bog whatsoever in low, mid, and high range. So let me show you. For the jet right here, you're gonna want to change it, because the stock one I believe comes with the 98. You don't want the 98, that's not gonna work for you. So you're gonna want a 120 jet. So if you just put a 120 in here, and that's not all. So once you put a 120, you're gonna want to grab your needle right here on your carburetor, on your slide. You're gonna want to grab this needle, and I don't know if you can see, it has a little clip. So this clip right now is on the middle section of the needle. So it has 5 slots. It's in the middle right now. To get a perfect mixture, air fuel mixture with the 120 jet on this setup, you're going to want to move this clip at the very bottom of the needle. So the lowest one, use the lowest clip, and with the 120 jet. So you do that, and this setup will be absolutely perfect here, or at least here in California. I don't know about other states, I don't know how the altitude is and all that, but for here in California, you put the clip at the very bottom and the 120 jet, and you are set. All right guys, so we are almost done with this build. As you can see, I have the carburetor on there, and remember, 120 jet with the clip on the needle position all the way in the bottom. This setup is absolutely perfect. And as you can see, I already put on the air filter. That thing looks beautiful. Look, just take a look at it right now, see how it looks. So next up, we're gonna be putting on, oh man, this thing was hard. So next up, we're gonna be putting on the exhaust, which is nothing fancy. It's just a header pipe. Probably not the best for performance, but like I said, we're on a budget, so that's the one that we got. Let's go ahead and put it on there. Check it out so you can see how it looks. All right, so it's just a header pipe, nothing crazy. I know it's not the best for performance, there's way better options, but for a budget build, can't be this setup. So let's go ahead and put the cover back on. I believe it is everything seems to be torqued down. Let's go ahead and put everything on, and let's see how it turns out. All right guys, this is finally done. I went ahead and put the pull start on there, put the gas tank and some of the little hoses, the fuel line. It doesn't have any oil or gas. I'll go ahead and turn it on and show you guys on the next video. I just wanted to show you what to do to build a super cheap engine, but that also has some power and is pretty reliable. Like I said, I'll go ahead and put everything in the description below. I'll put the links, see how much it cost. But this motor, like I said, I've done this in the past. With the right gearing, this motor has been able to hit 70 miles an hour. So it is a pretty strong setup for only $90. Literally everything you see here was $90. And I want to just point this out for maybe the future videos. It looks like it still has a governor. I don't know if you can see right there. So we might trick some people. It's not like it's a crazy fast engine, but you know, they're gonna think it's governed, and no, it's not. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put in the description everything that I used, everything that I purchased for this engine, the prices. But check it out. I'm gonna do a quick spin. 26mm carburetor with literally everything, exhaust that came with it, the 26-pound valve springs, ported head, which we ported the stock one. Inside, remove the governor. Let's see what else. Oh, and the flywheel, we got the cast aluminum flywheel with the 18 degrees timing, but we advanced it by shaving down the stock one to about 26 now, because I did add about 6 or 7, somewhere around there. I measured it. Just with those mods alone, this engine is very powerful, has plenty of power. I'm telling you, I've done like 65-70 miles per hour with the right gearing. And just don't forget, if you guys do have the extra money, put in that billet rod, because you don't want to risk blowing this engine up. But yeah, let me know what you guys would have done differently, or what do you guys think about this setup. If there's anything more that you could have done to make this faster under $100, let me know. I'm actually curious to hear in the comment section below, or just what do you guys think. But this thing, all it needs is some fuel and some oil, but I'll go ahead and show you how it runs on the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. Peace.